And I gotta ask, is that kind of where the name Catching Air comes from? Is that you kind of caught like this?
There's a whole
Uh,
funny story behind that. So
all right.
the album had a different name. There's a song on the album called Launchpad, and
Hmm.
to me the concept was that this album was going to be like the launching pad for this band that we were going to like finally
Mm.
create a sound, and I was going to put all this $10,000 budget, probably my biggest budget original project that I'd ever done. I'm like, I'm going to put all this budget and time and effort into making something that's like not just like a good record, but like feels like timeless and classic, and I don't know exactly what that looks like, but I was just kind of trying to do my favorite stuff, my favorite kinds of things, and stuff that we could do as a band. We play at the Goodfoot and we play in places where, jam bands are and people like to dance. So there's things that we're doing to fit into that. And that affected what it was. But the goal was really to try to make something that, didn't sound like 2015, but it just sounded like good music that you want to listen to. I think we managed to achieve that, but we definitely weren't in a place where we could, I didn't have no management, no agency, no team at all. It was just me. So there's only so much anyone can do. I managed to get some good press locally and get some good shows up and down the West Coast. But, we weren't selling a lot of tickets and we weren't making a lot of money. And so it wasn't going to last super long. But the idea of Catching Air was that, like, essentially what happened was the album was called Launchpad. And then, like, I had given the graphic designer the title and was like, make something. She was Jamie Lee Myers, this amazing illustrator, like she does all sorts of art, but her work on Illustrator is amazing. And she was doing this, vector art for us, and she put all this time into this graphic design for this album Launchpad. And then, like, maybe 2 weeks before we have to deliver the files to the CD printing place, someone comes to me and is like, one of my friends I had played it for, and was like, hey, you know that the very first Disco Biscuits album is called Launchpad? And we were like, oh no. And we were like, oh, we can't do that. So I was like, the nearest thing I could come up with to the concept was like, well, it's like she already had this picture of the ship taking off. And so I was like, let's just call it Catching Air. It's like, you can still use the same art and it'll work.